everyone. Shabbat Shalom. It is Friday evening after a long week. We can rest. Friday evening is the only time of week that I can viscerally let go. And I want to bring this to you. I want you to know that this is a sacred time of week that you can tap into any time. On Friday night, when the moon goes up and the sun comes down, something spectacular happens. The feminine divine comes to us. She breaks through. And if you've been waiting for the feminine divine to break through, in our world, in our country, here she is. On Friday night, the Sabbath is considered the time of the week when we are closest to heaven, to what heaven would be like. And Shabbat is described as the face of a bride. I do many, many weddings, and if you can think about your own wedding, if you're a woman, you began walking down that aisle. You took that first step into your own wedding ceremony. Or if you're a groom and you saw your bride appear, or if you're two brides or two grooms, that's fantastic moment is this moment right here. What breaks through on Shabbat is the light of the feminine. And we are in such need of feminine light breaking through. And all around us in our country, we're having a big conversation about light. And it's a struggle. All week people ask about what's going to happen in the elections and what's going to happen to our country and what do we do with this divisiveness? One answer to the divisiveness is female light. And on this Shabbat, we bring down peace because all female light asks is for peace. We want to live in peace. We want to bless ourselves with peace. And I want to say before we light these candles, thank you for everyone that's watching. I see all your names pop up. And I started to do this Facebook Live a couple weeks ago. My husband encouraged me. And it was so well received. And I got so much love from you in all these comments and shares. Somebody texted me, I'm where were you? I was looking for you. I can't believe I found you. And I feel like we can tap into something with the Shabbat ceremony, with this ritual, which the Jewish people have been doing for thousands of years, but we can overlay it to ask for female light, to ask for blessings. And in this world that we're living in, which very much feels like a world in which we are actually begging to break out of patriarchy, we're actually a world down on our knees. We're saying we can't survive this anymore. We don't want to take over. I mean, I don't want to take over. I wouldn't mind being in charge a little bit because I have good ideas, don't get me wrong. But I want to collaborate. And so the message of Shabbat from me, from my heart to you, is to take 3 words and just swap them. And these are the 3 words I want to share with you. To take the patriarchal power structure, which is love of power, and to rearrange it energetically. First in our hearts, because from our hearts, we can then manifest love of power to power of love. This is the light of the feminine divine. She says, I don't want to win the war because I don't want to lose my sons and my city and my home. I'm willing to compromise. I need you, and you need me to survive. That's my prayer, that we can take the world we live in, and it comes from us. We direct this energy. On Shabbat, we can conduct her energy. The feminine divine breaks through. I believe that. She comes to us and she is down on her knees. She is begging us, please take this love of power, make your home on this beautiful earth the power of love. And everybody can do that right now in your home. You're in my kitchen because Shabbos is celebrated in your home. And everyone that's watching, I see my friends popping up. Thank you guys so much. Just take a moment as a collective prayer. Let's bless this sphere of water that we live on. One of my most favorite quotes was from an astronaut. He was describing looking back at Earth as the rocket shot out of orbit and seeing in the darkness this blue light. And he said, if I hadn't been born there, all my life I would yearn to go to that place. And that's where we live. I want the feminine to come for us because we need her. She has answers. She doesn't want to take over. That's just a mirror image of the same problem. She needs us to breathe with her and to wrap our arms around each other. So that's my message, from love of power to power of love. And behind me, we have the traditional ritual elements of the Shabbat. We have the candles, which we're going to bless. We have delicious challah. If you've never had Jewish challah, it's unbelievable. And we also say a kiddush. This is my grandmother's kiddush cup, my grandmother of blessed memory. But you never, 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 never see something that's behind me. An orange. What is this orange doing on the Shabbos table? Well, very briefly, I'll tell you. There is an urban legend that an Orthodox rabbi was asked if a woman could be a rabbi, if she could lead prayer and she could stand on the bima, which is the Hebrew word for altar or stage. And he said, a woman belongs on a bima like an orange belongs on a Seder plate. And that was like an insult. He was saying she doesn't, because who would put an orange on a Seder plate? The Jews in the Seder Exodus story are in the desert. There's no orange trees growing. It'd be absurd, ridiculous. So, people all over now, the world, put an orange right in the middle of their Seder plate to say to this rabbi to stick it to him, yes, we belong on the bima. So this is so important that I include an orange every Shabbos on my table. And the work that I'm doing, I call Oranges for Eve, because Eve is actually an emanation of the divine feminine. The myth of Eve was the way patriarchy tried to shut our power down, to literally write us out of history. And this Eve energy is what I'm here to bring to you and teach you. So I call this Oranges for Eve. It's not just spirituality. It certainly isn't religion. It's feminist spirituality. It's an understanding that the world needs more feminine light. Not necessarily female. Men contain feminine light. But certainly we live in a world where the women need to lead us home. That's my cat, Percy, who hardly ever appears. And so what we're going to do is we're going to light these lights. We're going to bless ourselves, bless our city, bless your neighborhood. Bless our country, bless our world, bless our earth home. More peace, the power of love. Enough love of power. Enough power of love. So if you have a match, I'm going to lead you in the blessing, and then what you do is you draw the light to yourself 3 times, and you say the blessing. And as my mother and grandmother and the ones before, they close their eyes as if you're having a private moment, and now you're saying to the world that we live in, bless me with peace. And the song that we sing is called Shalom Aleichem. It's asking the angels to come. We say, bless me with peace, stay with me in peace, and depart in peace. And so as we light the lights, I'll sing you the song. I want you to imagine feminine light flooding our earth home, flooding our home with the message that we are not here to suffer, to rule, to hurt. We're here to live in love. That's her message. That's it. Like the great cosmic mother just wants peace. So let us bring the peace to ourselves first. First, we have to be our own great cosmic mothers. And then bring that peace into your home in the next 24 hours. Whatever it is that's worrying you, let it go. I say, throw it out the window, actually. Throw it out the window beyond your neighbors. Just throw it out. You need this time. Become a great conductor of feminine light on Shabbos. Be the bride. Be the groom seeing the bride. This is our time to bring light. So let us take our matches. Baruch Shemo, Baruch Shemo, Baruch Shemo. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Amen. We ask the angels to come to us. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Poachem L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. From my heart and soul, I bless you with peace. Thank you for sharing this light. Let us spread the light. And say with me, Shabbat Shalom. And so wherever you are, you want to say on the count of 3, Shabbat Shalom, which means a Sabbath of peace. Peace to us all. Shabbat Shalom!